Today, boys and girls, Mrs. Wood is going to teach you how to continue writing your All About books. Yesterday, I showed you how to write an introduction to your book, and we chose an introduction to write. This was our introduction that we wrote. What has brown fur, sharp claws, and lives in a cave? Yes, it is a brown bear. Today we're going to start writing information about the brown bear. We're going to use the web that we made, all the different webs, to write information, to write facts about the animal, the brown bear. Now I have a sheet here. Later on we're going to add pictures, but for right now we're just going to add the information. For right now I'm going to be writing what it looks like. Okay, if you notice at the top, we're going to write our heading. Okay, good All About books have headings so the reader will know what you're writing about. So, since this web I made is what the brown bear looks like, I'm going to write at the top, what looks like. Later, I will come back and add pictures. Now, I'm going to use my information here. Covered with fur, has sharp claws, has a big head, has pointy and flat teeth, has 4 legs. I think I'm going to start out with writing is covered with fur. So I need to put that into a complete sentence. Covered with fur. I want my reader to know what I'm talking about, so I'm going to write the name of the animal. Brown bears are covered with fur. Okay, that is one complete sentence. So I'm going to put a period. I'm going to use some more information. Oh, I like the one that's talking about how it has pointy and flat teeth. Now, what I could do is join the one that says has a big head and has pointy and flat teeth all into one sentence. I could say they have a big head and pointy, and that may not make sense. I don't think I'm going to do that. I think I'm just going to write that it has pointy and flat teeth. Okay, so I'm going to write brown. Remember, it has to be a complete sentence. Brown bears have pointy. Remember, if you don't know how to spell a word, just spell it the way it sounds. It doesn't have to be exactly right. Pointy and flat teeth. Now, if I want to write more about how they look, I could write more about how they look because I've got some other things here. But you don't have to write about everything. When we get ready to write our All About books, you're going to pick at 2 things. Each page is going to have at least 2 sentences, but they can have more if you would want. Okay, so I told a little bit about what they look like. I'm going to go to my next page. Okay, my next page, I'm going to tell about my next web, what they eat. So at the top here, I'm going to write what they eat. Now I've got to use my web to get information. One thing they eat is what? Fruits and vegetables. So I'm going to write a sentence telling they eat fruits and vegetables. Brown, need to write what it is. Bears eat fruits and vegetables. And again, if you don't know how to spell the word, just sound it out and write it the way it sounds and put a period. Okay? Now let's take a look at our web. we wrote that they eat fish, okay? So I'm going to write about them eating fish. I'm going to write brown bears. And since this is something else they eat, I'm going to use the word also. Also eat fish. Period. Okay, I wrote 2 sentences, didn't I? 1 sentence, 2 sentences. So what I'm going to do is that's all the information I had right here. So that's all I'm going to write on that topic. Okay, my next one, I'm going to choose another one. My next one talks about their babies. Okay, so let's see. Since that's what it's going to be, I'm going to put my heading up here. Babies. Okay, I want my reader to know that's what this page is going to be about. Let's see what all we have. Thin fur. Eyes are closed. Mom teaches them to hunt fish and take care of themselves. Like to play together. Stay close to the mom. Now, I am going to combine those two, I think, and write 1 sentence about brown bears. About their thin fur and their eyes are closed, okay? Now, I'm going to start my sentence a little bit different. Instead of just saying brown bears, I'm going to write when brown bears are born, they have thin fur and their eyes are closed. Okay, that's my first sentence, and I combined 2 of the things on my web. Now, I really like that Mom teaches them to hunt, fish, and take care of themselves. So that's going to be my next sentence down here. Okay, I'm going to write Mom teaches brown bears to hunt, fish, and take care of themselves. Okay, I wrote about 2 things on my web. So, if you were doing your book, you would continue and you would write a page for the rest of the webs you have. You would write a page for how they move, where they live, and we might have something about the other information we gathered. So this is how you do your writing for your All About books.